From WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University, this is Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt. Towse is folk pop duo Grace Fellows and Corwin Zeckley from California. They stopped by WNIJ on their way through the Midwest this fall. We'll hear them recorded live this hour in Studio A and talk with the duo about life as a couple on the road and about struggling to choose their first dance song.
Yeah, I wrote it when we were actually gearing up for our wedding. We were trying to pick a first dance song.
You just couldn't find any love song that had the right kind of message.
So I wrote Beautiful Disaster, kind of making fun of the love songs that we had been listening to.
Towse with live recordings and the stories behind the music coming up this hour on Sessions from Studio A. Welcome to Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt. Sessions from Studio A is a showcase for local and touring artists here in our region playing original music. We record their live performances and bring the concerts to you wherever you're listening in from. Stay on the Road is the new single from folk pop couple Towse. It's a song that's very much based in reality, as the band's been on a near constant tour these past couple years. Coming up this hour, we'll talk with Towse about how they make life as a couple work while on the road, and we'll hear stories about their songs. Let's get into Studio A for that new single, Stay on the Road. This is Towse, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A.
if it's just friendly intimacy. I don't know if you told me you're gay just because it was something to say. Am I wrong, or did you maybe pull up a chair to sit down right next to me? Why are you here? Did you just touch my arm? I wish it was clear, 'cause my body is shaking with anticipation and weird femme frustration. Gonna never know if I'll misread the situation again, again, again. Misread the situation again, again, again. Misread the situation when you loaned me your sweatshirt. Was it so I would text you first? Drank too much at my birthday. Was it so I would ask you to stay? Now you're in my bed. I'm gonna panic a little bit. Why are you here? Did you just touch my arm? I wish it was clear, 'cause my body is shaking with anticipation and weird femme frustration. Gotta never know if I'll misread the situation again, again, again. Misread the situation again, again, again. Misread the situation. You're taking my hand, leading me through the crowd. Are we going to the bar? No, we're going to the bathroom. Why are you here? Did you just touch my arm? I wish it was clear, 'cause my body is shaking with anticipation and weird femme frustration. Gotta never know if I'll misread the situation again, again, again. Misread the situation again, again, again. Misread the situation again.
You just heard Towse, and this is Sessions from Studio A. Towse recorded live right here in Studio A, and I am joined with the band. Thanks so much for making the stop here at Studio A, guys, while you're in the state.
Happy to be here.
And so you're kind of on a sort of a long tour right now, a sort of like a year and a half never-ending tour. It sounds like you've been on the road for about a year and a half, you guys mentioned?
Yeah, we've been on the road since last June, and we're from California. So right now we're kind of on a 6-month tour outside of California. So it feels like a big departure.
In the whole rest of the country.
Yeah, so you're here in the Midwest for a few weeks, and then
Yes.
I think you're going out East Coast towards New York after this.
Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome. Kind of related to that, I wanted to start things off talking about the song. It was the first song you played in the set today, Stay on the Road. It's kind of autobiographical in a way. There's the line in the song, I don't know a lot of couples that would choose to live in a car. I mean, who needs time apart? Is the line in the song, which I
Who needs
love.
time apart?
So I want to
Yeah.
get into this. Like, what is this dynamic like, being together as a couple on the road all the time and also working together in a band?
We talk about it a lot in a meta way. Like, we have multiple relationships. We have our like romantic relationship, we have our business partnership, and then we have our like roommate relationship, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, can I talk to you as partner right now, not as bandmate?
Yeah.
You know?
So I try to keep the distinction and like have time when we like put aside work and spend quality time together. Be like, we're going to talk about, I don't know, what audiobook we're reading right now or something, rather than like music stuff for a bit. And
That's awesome. So you're able to kind of separate roles a little bit in that way.
yeah.
And tell us a little bit about writing that song, Stay on the Road. That's your latest single you guys put out this year.
That is our latest single, yeah. I wrote it about, in January, I think, or February 2024.
4, so like a little over a year and a half ago. And I was just inspired by like the kind of folk revival. Like when I was a teenager in the 2010s, I loved Lumineers and like Marvin & Sons and all those kind of like 2010s folk revival artists. And so I was just like really excited basically that Noah Kahan had like blown up and people were into this genre again. That was like always my favorite genre. So it was really just that. I was like, I want to write like a proper 2010s indie folk song. And that was like,
It's coming back.
that was inspiration.
I can do it finally.
So I just listened to a big playlist of like all that kind of music for a couple hours. And then I just wrote it after that being like, this is our life. This is what we're up to. And I was inspired by songs like Home by Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros, like songs about, a couple on the road. And that song has just so much like joy and kind of authenticity in it. And I wanted to capture something like that.
Yeah, you have this cool blend of like folk, Americana, but then also you infuse kind of pop, your love for pop into it as well. Is that right?
Totally, yeah. And I think for some songs it'll lean more in one direction or another. And so this one I was like, let's go as pretty much fully folk on this one. And so I leaned into that with the aesthetic too and went kind of country with like the cover art and the music video and everything like that, which was fun. But yeah, other songs like Feels Good that's out is more on the pop side, and some of the other stuff that it's on its way as well.
It's a cool mix. The sound and having the fiddle there obviously lends to the folk side of things as well. Do you have a background in folk as well?
I grew up playing like all kinds of music and going to music camps, and I had like a musical upbringing with my parents as well. So like I started in like Celtic music and then lots of other traditional styles, and then got into working with a lot of singer-songwriters and bands and like the folk world as well.
Yeah, and you've got some really cool like foot percussion going on too. It really makes you want to do the foot stomping.
Yes.
Yeah. Grace really wanted a drummer, but we can't fit them in our car. So
So your feet are the drummer.
Exactly.
I love it. You're hearing my talk with Towse on Sessions from Studio A, and we're hearing the band recorded live this hour. You can find more from Towse on their website, towselikehouse.com. They're also on Facebook and Instagram, and you can find their music on all streaming platforms. Next, here is a new unreleased song from the band. It's called Oxytocin High. It's Towse recorded live on Sessions from Studio A.
I told my therapist I'm stuck in bed. She said I should take something for my head, but then I called you. You said you'll get me over my ex. You're gonna take me out dancing. I did my hair and that's when you confessed. You can't help thinking about taking off my dress, and then we never got out of bed. Turns out you're my medicine and I don't need the prescription. Should read the fine print side effects. You may cause soreness, shorten breath, but you should fit in the description. I think I found my new addiction. Your satisfaction guaranteed. Studies show weakness in the knees. You got your hand on my thigh, you got my head in the sky. I'm oxytocin high. My friends say you should come to Sunday brunch. I never talked about anyone this much. They said it's only been like a month, but look at you in the sun. I kissed away my depression. Should read the fine print side effects. You may cause soreness, shorten breath, but you sure fit in the description. I think I found my new addiction. Your satisfaction guaranteed. Studies show weakness in the knees. You got your hand on my thigh, you got my head in the sky. I'm oxytocin high, but if the joy runs dry, what if I lose my mind? Maybe we're not aligned, or it'll oxytocin high. Should read the fine print side effects. You may cause soreness, short and breath, but you should fit in the description. I think I found my new addiction. Your satisfaction guaranteed. Studies show weakness in the knees. You got your hand on my thigh, you got my head in the sky. I'm oxytocin high. I'm oxytocin high. I'm oxytocin I'm oxytocin I'm oxytocin high.
Towse, recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A. You're listening to Sessions from Studio A, and stick around, we'll be right back after a short break with more music from the duo. Check out more from Towse on all streaming platforms and on their website, towselikehouse.com. Don't go anywhere, more music is ahead.
Together in a car. I mean, who needs time apart? Entwine themselves financially and try to make art.
Welcome back to Sessions from Studio A with Towse. The duo is Grace Fellows singing and playing guitar and piano, and Corwin Zeckley playing violin and singing backup. They have an eclectic sound with everything from foot-stomping folk songs to big-sounding pop anthems. We'll talk about some of their music with Towse here in a bit and how they use storytelling in their songs. But first, this is Kiss Me Instead. It's Towse recorded live this hour on Sessions from Studio A.
A girl with red hair and freckles at the Renaissance Fair kissed my cheek and said she's glad I was there. And then I knew that something new awoke in me that day. When I was 14, I broke up with my first boyfriend. I told a girl at school I didn't miss him, but I missed some things like kissing. And she said, kiss me instead. Let me take you out of your head. Kiss me instead. You look so perfect lying in my bed. I met a singer when I was in my college years. She stayed the night. I watched her try my clothes. I was a coward then. I wish I told her how I felt. At graduation, I saw her kissing my gorgeous friend. There was a guy who told me they hooked up back then, and I regret the things I never said. Like, kiss me instead. Let me take you out of your head. Kiss me instead. You look so perfect lying in my bed. Now I wonder if I lost my chance, 'cause I was always too scared to ask her to dance. I wonder if I lost my chance, 'cause I was always too scared to ask her to dance. I wish I had said, kiss me instead. 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 Let me take you out of your head. Kiss me instead. You look so perfect lying in my bed. Kiss me instead. Let me take you out of your head. Kiss me instead. You look so perfect lying in my bed. Lying in my bed. Lying in my bed.
You just heard Towse recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A with that song Kiss Me Instead. I'm Spencer Tritt, and I'm joined here with Towse in the studio talking with us about their music. And I wanted to ask about that one, Kiss Me Instead. Tell us a little bit about that song.
So we're recording an EP right now, which will be called Beautiful Disaster. And it has currently 4 songs on the track list, but we will see how it shakes out at the end. You never know. So yeah, a couple of the other songs that we played today will be coming out in the next year. Kiss Me Instead, What You Took With You, That Girl, and Beautiful Disaster, of course, the title track. Those songs are all from different eras of my life. I don't know. They're just the ones that, like, I guess the cream of the crop for me. What's risen to the top. So What You Took With You is a song I wrote in 2021 on my dad's birthday, and it's just stuck around. It's one of the older songs in our set, and it just like keeps holding its place because it means so much to me, and it seems to mean a lot to other people when we play it. So that's one that I felt like deserved to get recorded and to get out in the world.
That was a really beautiful song, by the way, about the memory of your father. It seems like you write a lot from personal experiences, stories. A lot of your songs seem like they're pretty like autobiographical.
Yeah, they're pretty much fully autobiographical. Every so often there's a little bit of dressing up a detail here and there, but it's like very, very little, pretty literal and real stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, so then That Girl is another one that we're recording. It's it's kind of about like healing from like codependency and depression and like feeling okay. I thought it was kind of funny because like I was known for a long time as being like the sad girl, and so my friends were all like in disbelief that I was just like fine one time. And so I wrote it when everyone was like, what? No, but like really, how are you? And I was like, no, like really, I'm fine. So yeah, that's when I wrote That Girl.
There's a good message in that one to kind of like you said, overcoming mental health and in these issues.
It's just about like, yeah, kind of changing your mental relationship with life, I guess.
And then Beautiful Disaster, the title of the EP. You played that song today too. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, I wrote it when we were actually gearing up for our wedding, and we were trying to pick a first dance song.
I just couldn't find any love song that had like the right kind of message.
It felt like a lot of love songs were actually like breakup songs or had some like salty thing in there.
Or about like having just met and like new shallow love, but not like about enduring love.
Yeah, it seemed like I didn't hear a lot of songs that were just about like, this is our forever kind of. So I wrote Beautiful Disaster kind of making fun of the love songs that we had been listening to like potentially use as a first dance song, and being like, it's not really like that. Like for us, it wasn't as like tidy as the stories, but that's like what makes it more beautiful, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. And did you use that song as the first dance song then? Did you perform at your wedding?
No, that one.
What was the first dance song that you ended up choosing?
It was Till There Was You by the Beatles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's great. That's great.
And played by a swing band, though. That was fun. It wasn't love at first sight when I saw you cross the room on a misty summer night. You said you hate my favorite song. There was no meet cute, no, it's not a rom-com. And I'd rather freeze than wear your jacket if it doesn't match my outfit. We don't agree, can't stand your blankets, but I'm there like you're a magnet. Hollywood taught me love looks like cliche beginnings. It's all about winning. Boy meets girl, he sweeps her off her feet. They're glistening, her head is spinning. But I think our love will go on long beyond the storybook ending. Yeah, Hollywood taught me love looks like a tiny little happy ever after. But it's a beautiful disaster. I thought it'd be a one-night stand. Didn't mean to meet your dad, he just came
came out of the kitchen, and then I got kind of obsessed. But it was one bright spark, it would burn out in a second, right? I said, come over, and you practically moved in like it's the sequel. I said, I love you, but I know that we're still seeing other people. Hollywood taught me love looks like cliche beginnings. It's all about winning. Boy meets girl, he sweeps her off her feet. They're kissing, her head is spinning. But I think our love will go on long beyond the storybook ending. Yeah, Hollywood taught me love looks like a tiny little happy ever after. But it's a beautiful disaster. I wanna love like peach juice dripping down your arms, left lines and stretch marks, messy sheets in the dark. I wanna love like flowers growing from the dirt, or that their favorite shirt. Yeah, real love takes work. Sometimes it hurts, but Hollywood taught me love looks like cliche beginnings. It's all about winning. Boy meets girl, he sweeps her off her feet. They're kissing, her head is spinning. But I think our love will go on long beyond the storybook ending. Yeah, Hollywood taught me love looks like a tiny little happy ever after, a perfect little chapter. But it's a beautiful disaster. Yeah, it's a beautiful disaster.
This is Crazy Friends, one of our songs that's already out, and it's about how mental health and capitalism do not mix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She said Mercury's in retrograde again. I don't think that explains what's been happening. I don't know if I can watch another friend break down sobbing 'cause the world's got to them. When you can't afford to take the train to work,
Like, really?
when you said it for a decade and you still don't feel heard.
Come on.
When you're surrounded by success and you're failing, when your heart flies away on an airplane.
Not again.
Why do you live in this world that makes us feel lazy for wanting our lives to be whole? Why do we live in this world that makes good people crazy? Maybe we shouldn't ask too much from the world. They said all our friends are clinically insane, and we'd probably get lobotomies in a past stage. When you spend the week conversing with baby brains,
It's called regression.
when you go to therapy and you still don't see change.
I'm trying.
When you can't tell which direction is forward, when just taking a shower's a horror.
It's horrible.
Why do we live in this world that makes us feel lazy for wanting our lives to be whole? Why do we live in this world that makes good people crazy? Maybe we shouldn't ask so much from the world. You can have a bad therapist, you spend $200 an hour, and even when you got your dream job, you can't afford the gas and power. It seems like your landlord doesn't care until the house burns down. Too tired to go out afterwards, so in a crisis you don't know who to call, and they have the audacity to blame others. Why do we live in this world that makes us feel lazy for wanting our lives to be whole? Why do we live in this world that makes good people crazy, or are we just sensitive souls? I don't think it's our fault for wanting
This is called What You Took With You. My dad died of pancreatic cancer when I was 9, so this song is about learning to live without someone you love. I don't know why I never saw before what you took with you when we closed that door. I've lived my life missing your beating, healing heart. I pull your thread, but I don't know where to start. I was always waiting for the worst of it to end, counting all the stars upon my ceiling, wishing ever harder that I'd see you again. No one really tells you what you're grieving. You took a piece of me when you left this earth. Now I lack the seeds to unpack this birth. I feel the time nipping like fleeting, stealing sparks. I see this dread in every place that you aren't. I was always waiting for the worst of it to end, counting all the stars upon my ceiling, wishing ever harder that I'd see you again. No one really tells you what you're grieving. She did lie, promised the stone where you lie. Is that what you found? 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 I'm still waiting for it to end. I'm still counting on the stars for some feeling. No, I'll never see you again. But I wish I knew what you were planning when you planted seeds when I was young.
What You Took With You, recorded live by Towse. We're hearing the duo in Studio A this hour. You can find a behind-the-scenes video from the performance over on WNIJ.org and on our YouTube channel. And find more from Towse on social media and on their website, towselikehouse.com. Towse is spelled Towse. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more from the duo here on Sessions from Studio A.
Why do we live in this world that makes us feel lazy for wanting our lives to be whole? Why do we live in this world that makes good people crazy?
This is Sessions from Studio A. Let's get right back to our live recording with Towse, duo from California who we caught on tour while they were coming through the Midwest this fall. We were talking before about how a lot of their music is very autobiographical, and this next one is all about sort of uprooting their lives and getting ready for life on the road as touring musicians. It's got a very tongue-in-cheek title. It's called Delusional. You're hearing Towse this hour, recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A.
Packed up our house, gave our plates away. Moved out, got on stage the next day. Don't know when we'll get back. Played the show with jet lag. Can't believe we left that. All of my makeup's now travel size. I put it on in the front seat while you drive. Keep in touch through voice notes. I'd be dead without throat coat. Praying that I won't choke. Call me delusional, but I'll be as
hatchback, living out of the backpack. We're all in like blackjack, blackjack. Call me delusional, but I'll be a superstar. I'll throw my head against this wall. Tell it moves us out rooms. Might say it's juvenile, but I'm gonna prove you wrong. Yeah, one day I'll rule it all. A billion streams, the crowd will scream. Wish I could tell you it's worth it. I'm not sure anymore. Can't see the forest for the trees. Yeah, it's like day in, day out, eat and take out, load in, load out, detour, reroute, day in, day out, late night breakdown, load in, load out. Hey guys, we're Towse and this is the dream. This is the dream. Call me delusional, but I'll be a superstar. I'll throw my head against this wall until it moves outside rooms. Might say it's juvenile, but I'm gonna prove you wrong. Yeah, one day I'll rule it all. A billion streams, the crowd will scream. Yeah, this is the dream.
Here's a little breakup song I wrote called The Mail You Never Picked Up. Our love will last a lifetime, even though it's already dead. Got your coffee order tattooed in my head. No, I can't forget. Still have the bed we slept in that you tied to the top of my car. I still feel you there, sometimes in the dark like a healing scar. And you always promised me that if we broke up we'd stay friends. Maybe with that soft plan B, didn't appreciate what we had. Now facts about guitar pedals are filed away collecting dust, just like the mail you never picked up. And Hales is getting married, and they told me they're on the fence. Should they invite us both to the wedding, or would it be too tense? So I asked my mom to help you buy a house if you blocked my text. Now you live with your new girlfriend, the one you said was not a threat. And you always promised me that if we broke up we'd stay friends. Maybe with that tough plan B, didn't appreciate what we had. Now facts about guitar pedals are filed away collecting dust, just like the mail you never picked up. LA comedy shows, a cafe where you smoke all your typewriter poems and your Tom Waits records. Said I was an ocean, you're happy to float, and now you're shipwrecked and broken. We weren't good together, but I won't break my promise. And if you called me, I would answer. You know it makes you a hypocrite to cut me out and still see my brother. Now I look like the crazy ex because I still have so much love. Guess I'll leave it with the mail you never picked up. Guess I'll
leave it with the mail you never picked up.
What future plans do you guys have besides you've got this this EP in the works? What else is coming up for Towse as we get into this fall and this winter?
It's really just this big tour.
Yeah, hardly have time for anything else. We're going to be on the road through February.
Oh wow! And then it's back to. Are you going to be back in California then after that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in November we're flying to London. We're gonna play a show there.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, we're just gonna try to finish this EP, make some more visuals for it and everything, and get it out.
You mentioned the visuals there. I can't let you go before asking about some of your music videos. You've got some great music videos up on YouTube.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about making those.
Yeah, basically we have 2 out so far. So it's We Started Garden music video, which Sean Dagnall made. He is awesome, and he also did the cover art for Feels Good and the cover art for Crazy Friends. And he also did our wedding photos.
Oh, nice.
He's awesome.
Good guy.
Yeah. So I made the Weed Started Garden video for him. With him, I was like, I just thought it would be funny if I went on dates with plants. So I was like, can you just come around? So we just like walked around and made fake dates with plants.
Intimate shots of you just staring lovingly, just like at a house plant, having a coffee with it.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny. And then stay on the road as well. Like we play traditional Celtic music as well, so we play for contra dances. And I just thought it would be cool. Well, I'll credit my friend Cam thought it would be cool if we basically like had our worlds collide. So he was like, why don't you do something with the contra dance community, but like for Towse? And so, we got our friend Do Taryn to write an original choreography of a contra dance, and then got all our contra dance friends from the Bay Area to come show up and like just dance the dance that Do wrote, making it happen. So that was really cool. And there is a music video for That Girl that will come out. But I made
excellent.
It also with Sean. Yeah.
Cool. People can check those out on YouTube.
Yes.
I'm fascinated that you also play Celtic music too. That's really cool. Was that the first time that you ever kind of crossed over the two worlds between the Towse and the Celtic stuff on that video?
Pretty much. We do some house concerts sometimes where like it's kind of interesting to do a set of both music at the house concert. So
okay, you will do some with shows with both?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Well, we mentioned those videos are out on YouTube. Where's the best place people can go to find your music and more from you? Yeah,
well, we have music out on streaming platforms. I am really active on Instagram, and we're kind of building a community. There's like a group chat there, and it's very cute. I also post a lot on TikTok and have a Discord for staying in touch with fans. And we have YouTube stuff up, mostly music videos and some like live clips and stuff like that.
Towse, thanks so much again for stopping by DeKalb and playing at Studio A today. Great show.
So great to be here.
I've been asking myself when I became that girl who wakes up early on a Sunday morning, buying fresh peaches at a farmer's market stall and eat them all before they get moldy. I stopped getting late fees all up to my savings. I'm living within my means. I started doing yoga just 'cause I want to, not 'cause I've got some goal for my body. Might not seem like a lot to you, but I'll take a walk outside with my headphones on me for company. I never knew I could be alone without feeling lonely. I've been asking myself when I became that girl who takes herself out Friday night to go dance and apply my makeup and wear my me for company. Yeah, I never knew I could be alone without feeling lonely. I'll take a walk outside with my headphones on me for company. Yeah, I never knew I could be alone without feeling lonely. I never knew I could be alone without feeling lonely. I never knew I could be alone without feeling lonely. Last weekend I quit my dead-end job at the health food store. Now I do what I love for work, but I'm sleeping in the car, wishing on a star that everything in my head will fall out of the sky right into place. And I'll be lying in bed, hearing endless kaleidoscopic phrase, singing, yeah, it feels good, yeah, it feels good to be who I see in my dreams. Yeah, it feels good, yeah, it feels good to bust out at all of my seams. I was too scared 4 years ago to get a job at the health food store. But my songs going unplayed and forgotten scared me more, so I kept moving forward till everything in my head fell out of the sky right into place. And now I'm lying in bed, hearing endless kaleidoscopic phrase, singing, yeah, it feels good, yeah, it feels good to be who I see in my dreams. Yeah, it feels good, yeah, it feels good to bust out at all of my seams. I mean, how could I have known that the only thing scarier than failure is success? Yeah, maybe freaking out right now, feeling groundless like nothing makes sense. But I'll keep doing things I never thought I could. Yeah, it feels good, yeah, it feels good to be who I see in my dreams. Yeah, it feels good, yeah, it feels good to bust out at all of my seams. Yeah, it feels good, yeah, it feels good to be who I see in my dreams, my dreams. To be who I see in my dreams.
Towse closing out their live recording in Studio A with that song Feels Good. You can find that on streaming services and check out video from that song on WNIJ.org. Thanks so much to Towse for joining us and playing in Studio A, and thanks to you for listening in this hour. Find more from them on all streaming services and on their website, towselikehouse.com, Towse spelled Towse. Sessions from Studio A is produced at WNIJ Studios by yours truly and Mike Lundgren. Production interns are Megan Ralt and Oliver Wolf. I'm Spencer Tritt. Thanks so much for joining me this week, and I'll see you next time on another edition of Sessions from Studio A.